Howdy folks, TJ here. Got something in the mail. You probably know by the size of it because I've opened up one of these before, but I thought it would be a good time to do a little unboxing and filling this in to this little dealy bob back here, which I'll show in a moment. But let's first slip this out of the cover, show you what I received. And if you haven't already started supporting this Patreon site, because you get this little thing in the mail every so often, you should, because it's, if you're in the Sinclair, you've got to have this, right? Crash Magazine. This is issue number 2. And before I start flipping through it and giving you a general, first time I'm opening it, so I'm just going to kind of give you some briefs as I look through it. And it's up to you to subscribe so you can get your own, so you can read these articles from beginning to the end. But before we do that, my Crash binder. So I finally took a few minutes and inserted issue number 1 into the binder. And so it's actually kind of a cool little binder. So let's kind of show this up a little bit closer. So it's relatively small. As you see, it's the size of the magazine. So it's not very large. The side of it is quite wide. We should get a little yeah, 3 inches. 3-inch. And on the side of it, it says Crash, zxspectrum, Spectrum Software Review. And it looks like a little book on the side. And then, as you can see, oh, this would be an awesome ramp for Evel Knievel doll. Remember that? Evel Knievel was awesome. And then inside, we'll flip. Inside are all these little strings. When I first saw it, I thought there was only 3 of them, but there's little individual, I don't know if the camera will pick this up or not, but you can actually hear it. Like a little guitar. High-strung little strings, and you basically scooch one over and stick the book in, you know, find the halfway point in the book, slip it in, and then it's ready for the next one. And you keep skimming these over, and it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About a year's worth. So I guess after, well, I don't think they're doing it monthly. So my guess is this is going to last a couple years at least. I think this is every 3-month magazine right now, something like that. So 2 to 3 years, unless they change prints. It also came with this little cord binder thing explaining what it was. So thought that was kind of interesting. The cords are specifically made for the Cordex binder from bonded nylon of great strength and durability, and are attached to strong springs, so you can stretch them up. And it kind of shows you what to do. Stretch it up, slip the book in, and you're ready to go. So thought I'd show you that. I did put my first copy in there, so we're ready to put number 2 in. But before we do that, I'm going to have to enjoy it a little bit. To tell you the truth, I'm kind of savoring these a little bit because in summer, typically towards the end of summer, we go on vacation. And that vacation is about 2 weeks of just pure camping, roughing it, 1 week in an area that has nothing but a hole in the ground that you do your junk in, or your stuff in, whatever you want to call it. And the other one we typically do at a campground that has some amenities like poopers and potties and all that fun stuff. But I like to read during vacation, a lot of fun. So I may skim through these now and then read them cover to cover, because I'm going to have 2 weeks of fishing, tenkara fishing, and reading, so, and eating. I like doing that too. So the front cover looks like it's got a big King Kong on it, and in his mouth he's got, it looks like a roll of toilet paper, but I've got pooper on my mind now that I'm going to campgrounds that just have, it's called a vault toilet. You probably have them over where you are too. They basically stick a nice little wooden box over a hole with a toilet on it, and you just go dump in it. I call the vault toilets, I think they call them. Yeah. Okay, so he's holding a Wii, and there's a keyboard. So here's the front cover of it. Hopefully the light's not too glaring. Hold it at a few different angles. Then the back has an advertisement. We'll show you the advertisement first, and then I'll kind of read it here in a second. So let's talk about the front first. So Crash Micro Action. Number 2, February 2021. Still the best Spectrum magazine in the world. Over 10 new games reviewed. Nick Roberts. It's got 2 S's at the end. Playing tips, returns, Bug Bite, a look back at this popular publisher. zxspectrum next, all the latest news and reviews. Plus, Lloyd Mangram's forum is back. Wonderful Dizzy Down the Pipe. Oh, that's cool. Nice game. Savage Princess Delta Shadow. Yeah. And more. ZX Spectrum Adventure Trail with Colin Bell in digital and print for Spectrum enthusiasts. So that was the cover. Again, very cool. King Kong picture. Looks awesome. Now, what is that in his mouth? I don't know if you can pick it up there. Doesn't it look like a big roll of toilet paper? He wanted some extra protein. I don't know. Okay, the back. Introducing first issue 7 comic stories. What is this? The new British anthology comic featuring the best in independent creators out in all good newsagents, comic shops, and online at theshift.store. So this is a comic. Also includes fascinating new features from Comic Scene. First issue. So new comic, new creators, Shift. That's the name of it. To Death, Chorus Shifter, Foot Shoulders, Soulwind, Hungerville, Tiny Acts of Violence. All sorts of stuff on this back page. Out now. So go to theshiftcomic.com and you can check out this new comic. Comic Shift. Very cool. Interesting. No, theshiftcomic.com. Yeah, that's what I said. But then it says Comic Shift. All right, cool. Let's look through it. I'm taking off my glasses because it's hard for me to see. So inside cover looks like it has similar Crash artist. Art by MCH, I guess is the letter. So I'll show you kind of a few pages here and there, but you'll need to subscribe if you want to see all the nitty-gritty. We will kind of rip through the index. So looks like cover crackers, Crash investigates, Crash back, articles by Simon Butler Screens, Dream World Pogie, which I have played, the little new demo version that came out, Software House, Capers, and then some regulars, editorials, Lloyd Mangram's forum, Adventure Trail, Nick Roberts playing tips, preview, and sign-off. So this issue has 58, 59, so technically 60 pages with the back cover. And let me see if I can show you the, that's the table of contents. Cool. Now I can just kind of fly through things and give you some nitty-gritty. A New Dawn Approaches, which is Chris Wilkins. He's the editor, I believe. He has a little bit, well, it has to be said, issue 1 of Crash Micro Action was a resounding success. And he goes on to talk about this wonderful success. And there's now 1,200 recipients have received their magazines. So that's 1,200 people getting this awesome little magazine. Awesome. And it's probably higher now because this was probably written a while ago. So awesome. So his little editorial. And then some more info. Let me show you. That's Chris's comic form. That's what he looks like, I guess, in pixel form. Then the next page talks about the top 3, and one of them is Marsmare. And that is a game that I've purchased. So they just did a Kickstarter. And at first I wasn't going to do it because I'm just running out of money trying to figure out. But then after the Kickstarter was finished, they said we're going to extend it a little longer, and I think it was up until the 20th of this month. They allowed you to buy either the digital version, which I was going to do, but then I said, I just love physical copy. So I went ahead and purchased the middle grade or the lower grade of the physical copy. I won't get all the other little goodies along with it, but at least I got the physical copy, so I'm happy with that. So let's continue on. Yo-Yo's Great Adventure. Yo-Yo kind of looks a little bit like Dizzy. Yo-Yo's Great Adventure. Little story on that. And another Kickstarter kickoff talks about Marsware alienation, or Mare alienation. Next page, some Crash back review. Looks like they're reviewing an older game, it looks like to me. Each issue, a game is picked that was commercially released after the last issue of Crash was published in September 1991. So, yep, an older game is being reviewed. Does it say the name? The name of Captain Dynamo. Awesome. So, learn about Captain Dynamo in this story. Oh, cool. Nosy, Nosy. Well, this looks fun. This looks like a 48K Spectrum game from 2020. That's what you're looking at quickly. And so if you want to learn about Nosy, and that could be a future game of the week for Sinclair Society. Overall score, 90%. So maybe should be. Last Train to Trans Central, another game. Ninja Poison, talks about that. Down the Pipe. I'll quickly show this. A friend is gifting me this game. I have not received it yet, but I think this is the game he said he was going to send off to me, that he thought I would really enjoy it. He said I think the 48K Speccy sound from it is phenomenal for 48K version and not going up to the 128 version. So that'll be interesting to see. So let's continue on. Savage Princess. Oh, that looks like a fun game. Savage Princess. Crash 1983 game cover crackers. Some crackers for some older games. Attic Attack. You know, I still haven't played that yet. I need to play Attic Attack. That's got, a game that everybody probably says you got to play, TJ, and I haven't played it yet. Ant Attack, another one that I've heard of. Advertisement here for Fruit Machine Emulation. dadsfme.com. dadsfme.com, something like that. So, advertisement in here. So cool, there's some advertisements. Every magazine has them. Lloyd Mangram's forum. And he does talk about, it looks like there's a little blurblet here about Succession, your magazine for the Sinclair Spectrum. Now, I've read about this before, and I think this is in a different language, but they may have an English one every so often. So I'll have to read that little snippet. So cool. Adventure Trail. Just showing you some quick little snapshots so you can kind of see what the graphic looks like. The Retro Cut, Greylock's Colony 7. So I have played that game before. I've done a video on it. Really fun game. So it'll be interesting to see if their review is similar to my thoughts on it. Crash Investigates. This looks like a minor, Minor Willy type of game. No, Manic Miner, excuse me. It's like I told you, I'm blind. He's got Jet Set Willy. So, it looks like 2 pages of Jet Set Willy stuff. Screens, Simon Butler talks about some wonderful art that you'll see as screens. Mare alienation, the whole story. And it gets a really good, have to cover it, really good review. So check that out if you, hopefully you ordered the game. An ad for Mare alienation. By the way, I purchased the next version since I own the next. Pidentity. So I've heard of this game, and I forget if I've quickly loaded it or not, but it looked like definitely a bit different game, one that you have to really think through, and that's not maybe my best game, but I should try it because I know it was probably popular back in the day. Playing Tips with Nick Roberts. He's probably not going to like me by saying that, but really, I love you, Nick Roberts. I don't know you, but I love you anyway. I love everyone, right? Mr. Hare and the Fly Tips. I've seen that game. I should play that one. Wonderful Dizzy, Did You Know? Frantic Pango Tips. Wonderful Dizzy, another big spread for Wonderful Dizzy. Dream World Pogie. This looks like, I played the demo and I made it through level 1. So, now I can read on this, and hopefully the game comes for sale real soon now so I can buy it because I need to buy it. I had fun with the demo. QB, got that one, done a review. Gets a good review. Software House Capers Bug Bite Software. Some pictures. Always gotta love these kind of pictures. So 80s, that picture of that gal up there. I gotta love that. Bite me, it says on her shirt. So Crash Valley of Rains. It looks like an advertisement of some kind. Or maybe a review, a small little mini review. Delta Shadow, awesome, gets a great review. Got to read that story, great game. Really, I mean, for an 8-bit computer, blew me away how intense the game was, really good. A Crashback, Crash issue number 2, talks about that. Talks about Kong, so maybe that's why Kong was on the front cover. I'll have to read and see why. Almost to the end, folks. Crash Back. Oh, cool. It's got a picture of Matthew Smith of Jet Set Willie and such fame. Cool dude. And some another Manic Monday, and it happens to be Monday today. So preview. Looks like it's talking about preview. Oh, a little game called Mechie. That looks fun. Mechie. And yeah, that does look fun. And then signage, and it looks like on the back you've got a nice picture of previous folks that owned and did Crash. I'll leave it at that. An advertisement for crashing and zapping your way to the galaxy. That's it. So this one, I'm going to thumb through a few of the articles and then put it in my wonderful Crash binder, which I need to find a home for. Right now it's just rotating on my desk. So that is it. Crash Magazine, get yours. Make sure to visit their website. I'll see if I can include the link below, but you should probably already know it from my last video. And thanks for watching. You have a wonderful rest of your day. See ya. Peace.